Sawadee Cup everyone and mabuhay! Welcome back to my channel, Sights of Sai. I'm finally back, pageant fans. I missed you all. Stay tuned for this video because it's gonna be super fun. Pasensya na talaga guys because after the Miss Universe competition, medyo nawala ako ng konti, but I'm finally back because aaminin, that must be the super stressful Miss Universe competition ever. But I would like to say, I am so happy and I'm very proud for our Miss Universe Philippines, Rabia Mateo. For those of you who don't know me, I'm based here in Bangkok, Thailand, and in this channel you'll see beautiful sights within the kingdom. Pero alam nyo naman, di ba? Still pandemic. So medyo hindi pa kami makapag-gala-gala tsaka mag-explore ng Thailand. So in the meantime, let's go and talk about the upcoming Binibining Pilipinas pageant. So if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing and don't forget to hit that like button. Next month, July, there will be 3 national beauty pageants in the Philippines. We have Binibining Pilipinas, Miss World Philippines, and Miss Earth Philippines. So the Binibining Pilipinas will be held on 11th of July. And eto, sobrang nakakaloka because it will be in Smart Araneta Coliseum. And it will be hosted by 2 of my favorite Binibini, Catriona Gray and Miss Nicole Cordoves. So talagang girl power talaga to. Sobrang nakaka-excite. For today's video, it's gonna be super fun because I'm going to pick 2 lovely candidates na feeling ko swak na swak for each crown in Binibining Pilipinas. Na as you guys know, in Binibining Pilipinas, there are only 4 crowns left because wala na sa kanila ang Miss Universe Philippines and Miss Supranational Philippines. Right now, we only have Miss International, Miss Grand International, Miss Intercontinental, and Miss Globe. So, ready na ba kayo? Let's get this started! Now, let's start with Binibining Pilipinas Globe. Medyo nakakaloka because aaminin natin, ito yung crown na medyo least favorite ng mga girls na mapalanunan. But, I feel like this is a very good training ground for the girls if they're planning to join other beauty pageants. Marami pa naman dyan, let's say Miss Universe Philippines or Miss Earth Philippines or Miss World Philippines. Anyway, after all, it's still a Binibining Pilipinas title, right? So, as they say, once a Binibini, always a Binibini. First on my list for the Binibining Pilipinas Globe is Graciela Liman. She's a Binibini from Oriental, Mindoro. She's a 24-year-old Filipina, Swiss-German, and she's working as a flight attendant. She's been through a lot. She suffered vitiligo and bullying. She's advocating for women's health and breast cancer awareness. I feel like she can be a good representative for Miss Globe because she's pretty, she's a very good speaker, she's very sincere, and she's a fighter. And yesterday, I saw her national costume presentation. It was very nice. She's representing a female Centaurian. May mga pausok-usok pa nga show. I really love it. And I really love her beauty. She's so morena. She's very Filipina. So I'm really hoping that she will get that Binibining Pilipinas title, just like Ann Collis, who won the Miss Globe title way back in 2015. My second favorite candidate to win the Binibining Pilipinas Globe crown is a Binibini from Cagayan de Oro City, Cinderella Faye Obiniera. She's a 25-year-old tourism operations officer and she's advocating for cervical cancer awareness and press freedom. And eto nakakaloka because you guys have been commenting in my previous content na I should be watching out for Cindy, and talagang hindi naman talaga kayo nagkakamali because she's really pretty. Just like my first choice for the Binibining Pilipinas Globe crown, she's a really great speaker and she's also very engaging. Have you seen her national costume dun sa may river? I super love it. She's channeling giant goldfish. Napaka shining, shimmering, splendid. At saka feeling ko pwede na siya ilaban for the international pageants. So after all, she's a reigning queen for the Miss Cagayan de Oro City. So go Cindy. For Graciela and Cindy, if they will get a higher crown, I will not be surprised because these two are just so beautiful. For the second crown, it is the Binibining Pilipinas Intercontinental. Ito yung pageant na feeling ko super bet na bet nila yung mga Pinay queens natin because remember, we have Karen Gallman, she won in 2018, and also we have some runner-ups. We have Chris Jensen, second runner-up, and we also have first runner-ups such as Christy McGarry and also Katarina Rodriguez. So, pipiliin ko yung mga model-esque Filipina beauties, yung mga mestiza for this pageant. So, you guys ready for it? Let's go. My first choice for the Binibining Pilipinas Intercontinental Crown is a 24-year-old and a professional model from Masbate, Hannah Constantino Arnold. Hannah hails from Canberra, Australia, and she's a graduate of Applied Science and Forensic Studies. And she advocates for children's education. Remember that Hannah once competed in Binibining Pilipinas way back in 2019, and although she didn't get any crowns or naging runner-up man lang, she's coming back stronger and better, and who knows, it could be a great year for Hannah. And I also love her national costume presentation because it's so Filipina. Medyo na-highlight talaga yung mukha niya at saka yung beautiful skin ni Hannah. I really love it. My only advice for Hannah is that whenever she's talking or maybe answering a question, it will be good if she can be more confident and she can put more conviction because I feel like she's too sweet. If she can work on that, and I think she can be a great contender for the Intercontinental. My next bet to win the Binibining Pilipinas Intercontinental Crown is Gabriela Camille Bashano from Borongan, Eastern Samar. She's a 23-year-old Waray model. She loves to travel and she idolizes Catriona Gray. She advocates for mental health care and she's not new to pageant because she joined Miss Earth Philippines in 2018. Nung napanood ko yung video niya sa Binibining Pilipinas Facebook page, I was really touched. It was very emotional story because she lost her mother and brother on the same year in 2019. So she suffered depression. I feel like she could be a great speaker because she's very strong, she's a fighter, and she's a representation of modern Filipina. And eto pa, have you seen her national costume? It was so incredible. That golden kalesa is so unique. Ito yung mga national costume na gusto nating makita in an international stage. So I really hope that we could see more of that. I think that was the best in national costume for me. The more that you look at Gabi, the more that you will appreciate more of her beauty kasi sobrang ganda ng mukha niya. Pang Asia's Next Top Model talaga yung dating niya. So good luck to you, Gabi girl. Alright, eto na. The next crown is the most talked about title in Binibining Pilipinas because marami ring medyo vocal na mga girls na gusto nilang mapanalunan yung crown na to, the Miss Grand International Crown. And since this pageant started, medyo successful naman tayo, and the latest one is that ang ganda ng pagka-represent ng Philippines ni Samantha Bernardo, Miss Grand Philippines. In my previous video, I have mentioned that it was a great decision for the BPCI not to drop the Miss Grand International franchise, and sobrang nakaka-excite lang, especially nung last edition of MGI, diba? Sobrang glossy production, fantastic, and I'm even more excited for the next one in December here in Bangkok. So I will do my best talaga to cover for that show. My first choice for the Binibining Pilipinas MGI crown is Samantha Alexandra Panilio. She's a 25-year-old and a senior consultant from Cavite. She's a niece of the first ever Miss Universe Philippines candidate in 1964, Miss Myrna Panlilio. She's a graduate of Business and Computer Science at the University of California, Irvine, and she's advocating for sustainable community in the rural areas. I love her national costume because it's so meaningful. It was inspired by the Philippine Revolution, and the headpiece was influenced by her aunt's winning crown in Binibining Pilipinas in 1964. I love Samantha because aside from being a good speaker, she's also very sexy. When I saw the video posted by the Binibining Pilipinas on their Facebook page, she was just on fire, and I can really say that this girl is molded for the Miss Grand International crown. She's very strong, sexy, and exotic. Hopefully, she'll be able to continue her family's legacy of becoming a Binibini. Good luck, Samantha. My next favorite for the Binibining Pilipinas MGI crown is a 27-year-old Binibini from Davao del Sur, Justine Beatriz Felizarta. She's a licensed medical esthetician who is passionate of skin health and treatments. Her advocacy is to improve the lives of OFWs. Justine joined Binibining Pilipinas way back in 2015, and it was so funny that at that time nagjo-joke si Tony Gonzaga na medyo magkapanga sila. That was hilarious. And I also didn't know that Justine also competed in Miss Universe Canada in 2017, where she was placed top 10. On that year, it was Lauren Howe who represented MUC in the Miss Universe competition. She also ended up in top 10. I've also seen Justine's national costume presentation. I know that it was a great costume. However, it would have been better if may nakikita tayong mukha niya na nasa-showcase talaga yung overall talaga na costume, because I feel like the presentation was all about the details, na zino-zoom in lang yung mga details ng costume niya. I would have hoped na makikita ko yung mukha niya because I know she's very beautiful, at saka yung overall costume. And did you know that Justine recently had an emergency surgical operation because they found a 15 centimeter cyst, and she said it was very painful, so I'm hoping that she's feeling better. Overall, with Justine's determination, intelligence, and grace, I can really say that she's a golden crown worthy. Go for that golden crown, Justine. The last but certainly not the least, because I could say that this is the most coveted and prestigious crown, is the Binibining Pilipinas International Crown. I can say that we've been very successful with this pageant because to date, we already have 6 Miss International crowns, and we're certainly hoping for the 7th one. After all, our national director, Miss Stella Marquez, is still the very first Miss International crown holder representing Colombia. My first choice for the Binibining Pilipinas International crown is 27 years old, Maureen Montaigne. She's a Filipina-French model and event host, and she's advocating for HIV and AIDS awareness. I can say that she's a high-caliber candidate. And what do I mean by that? Ito yung candidate na pwedeng ilaban sa Big Four pageants. For example, Miss Universe or Miss World. And this time na lumalaban siya sa Binibining Pilipinas, I can say that it's gonna be Miss International crown or nothing for Maureen. Maureen is definitely not new to beauty pageant because she joined Mutya ng Pilipinas in 2013. And ito yung nakakaloka because she was Miss Arizona USA, giving her the right to compete in Miss USA 2015, where she was one of the semi-finalists. Ang bongga talaga ni Maureen because dito niya nakalaban si Olivia Jordan, who was eventually Pia's second runner-up in Miss Universe 2015. In 2019, she represented our country, the Philippines, in Miss Echo International, and she was the first runner-up, and at that time, na-dethrone ata yung winner nila, so the organization have asked Maureen to replace the winner, but she has rejected it. I think the Miss World Philippines was disappointed of Maureen's decision, but I feel like it was a good decision not to take that crown because sobrang gulo ng Miss Echo International, diba? May mga COVID issues pa nila. So I don't want Maureen to get into that issue, you know? Who knows, it could be her destiny to win the Binibining Pilipinas International title this year. I've also seen her national costume. It was a very good costume. Sobrang ganda niya. Pero I feel like her movement is a bit restrained. Siguro sa location, I would have hoped to be a more dramatic shoot, just like the other girls. My only comment for Maureen is that she's very strong. Siguro, kailangan niya mag-fit in dun sa mga prototype ng Miss International na sweet, pretty, and demure. I think sobrang konting transformation lang siguro and styling lang needed for Maureen, and then she's good to go because she's already a very good speaker, so no doubt about it, she can ace that speech in Miss International, right? So what do you think, guys? Are we now looking at our 7th Miss International winner? Let me know what you think. My second choice for the Binibining Pilipinas International crown is a 25-year-old from Iloilo City, Karen Lori Mendoza. She's a cabin crew at Cebu Pacific and a mental health awareness advocate. She joined Binibining Cebu in 2017 where she ended up in top 20. She also won Supermodel Philippines, but eventually she resigned because she really wanted to join a national pageant. After that, she won Miss Iloilo Binibining Pilipinas in 2020, and I think she won side by side with Rabia, who represented in Miss Universe Philippines pageant. I've seen her national costume presentation and it was so bongga because the costume was really nice. It was very festive. Na-showcase talaga niya masyado yung ganda niyang mukha na mala Diana Mendoza. At saka feeling ko na-represent talaga niyang bongga yung province niya, Iloilo. I feel like she's a perfect candidate then for the Miss International crown because she has that porcelain skin, Barbie doll face, and very sweet personality. When I was looking at Karen, naalala ko sa kanya si Vicky Rushton, pero it's just so sad that Aling Vicky will not be able to compete anymore. After Abia Mateo's fight in Miss Universe competition, what do you think, guys? Will this be another fight for another Ilongga in major international crown? Because remember, basta Ilongga, guapa! That is it, guys. Those are the girls na feeling ko swak na swak for the Binibining Pilipinas titles this year. Pero, I still have 5 other candidates na wina-watch out ko din, and hindi talaga ako magugulat if they will be able to get one of those crowns as well. I have Meiji Cruz, which I think had the best in national costume presentation, Pat Babista, Mercedes Pear from Cebu, Honey Cartasano, and Francesca Taru. Good luck to you, girls! Again, guys, those are my personal favorites, so no bashing. Don't spread that negativity. Instead of doing that, why don't you go ahead and comment down below kung sino yung paborito nyong kandidata na mananalo for that 4 Binibining Pilipinas crowns, diba? Just to remind you guys that on June 18, it's gonna be the swimsuit presentation at 4 p.m. Philippine time. And also, please don't forget to vote for your candidate kung sino yung na-feel nyo na mananalo sa Best in National Costume. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you had fun. Again, if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing and watch out for other pageant contents like this. And don't forget to hit that like button. Kap kun kap, sawadee kap, and mabuhay!